plaintiff, Anna Sanchez, dated the defendant's ex, and earlier this year they reconnected and had sex because Anna thought he and the defendant were over. Soon after, the defendant started threatening her, and Anna's suing because the defendant punched her in the face. Defendant Jacqueline Ray says after Anna had sex with her ex, she came to Jacqueline's home harassing her, and when she refused to leave, Jacqueline punched her in the face. She's countersuing for the harassment and emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
All right, first of all, I know Jacqueline as Nicole. Back in high school, I dated her ex for a short period, off and on. I haven't heard from him all this time up until April. He contacted me and he asked me to come over. He told me not to tell anyone that he was coming over. He told me when he got there, or got to my house, that he was having a lot of suicidal thoughts because Jacqueline, Nicole was cheating on him. He said that he had to give up his parental rights for 2 of his kids to another baby mama.
Why?
To be with her, because she was jealous.
The law required him to give up his rights.
He made that
to be
choice.
With her. Oh, there you go.
To give up his
choice.
2 kids.
Got it.
To be with her.
He made that choice.
Yes.
Chose her of his kid.
And he said that he did all that for her, and now she's cheating on him. So the way that he told me, it sounded like they were over. They weren't going to be back together. When we were talking, he reached over and he kissed me. That led to us sleeping together.
So that's all happened on that first night that he came to cry on your shoulder?
That's correct.
Okay.
But I've known him for years.
Right, no. Go ahead. But you hadn't heard from him in how long?
Over 10 years?
Wow.
Or about 10 years?
Until he came to the door with
That's
a
correct.
sob story.
That's correct.
Go ahead.
Um,
Came to the door with a sob story. You had sex with him. I hadn't seen him in 10 years. And then did you find something different about him and his girl?
When
his
he left, he
girlfriend?
told me not to tell anyone, and I didn't.
Okay.
A few weeks later, I make a post on my private Facebook, and I'm not friends with Nikki on Facebook, so she had to be scrolling on my Facebook to see it. But she starts commenting. She starts getting other people commenting. She
About
says,
what?
She starts getting on to me saying that you slept with my boyfriend.
How did she find out?
I'm assuming he told her.
Okay.
She starts calling me names.
Did you speak to him about it?
No, I haven't
He never
spoke-
showed back up, right?
No.
He just came over there to lie to you and get a quickie
I
and disappeared.
I spoke
He
to
tricked
him.
you. Go ahead, ma'am. Let me hear from you.
Okay, Your Honor. In April of 2018, he came home with hickeys all over his neck. He had admitted to cheating on me with this woman right here.
How did it come up? I'm just curious. He came, walked in the door.
He was
you
out
said,
one
"Hey,
night.
you got
He was
hooked."
supposed to be out with a friend, and when he showed up the next day, it was all over him. Like, it was no
And you
hiding
said,
it.
who did that, or who were you with?
Yes, I knew immediately that he cheated on me. He said it was her. After that...
Did you have any questions of that?
Again, it's not beyond him. We've had this issue years ago.
All right. She was just the latest person.
Yes, yes.
Got it.
So after that, I had ended things with him, but we lived together and we have kids. So we were still staying in the same house for a short amount of time. It was a few days later that at some point she had recently joined a mommy group, which I have evidence of.
Can I see that, please?
Asking for threesomes on Facebook. And this was not even a week later, I believe. And I got upset about it. She had then started making posts. It wasn't about the name calling. She had said, come at me one-on-one, we'll
Okay,
fight.
you're getting to your claim. Let me allow her to get to hers. 3,000 on the pain and suffering.
So after the post, after all
your
of that,
post.
yes. She started making threats saying that she knows where I live, and that's when I said, that's fine, I'll defend myself, come to me. So after all of the posts, I haven't spoken to her ex for a few weeks, but I was still worried that he was suicidal. I was concerned for his health. That's why I came to his parents' house, and I stood outside and lit a cigarette. And that's when Nikki came rushing out, told me to get off her property, off of her driveway.
So you went over there, checking on this woman's man, knowing that she had just contacted you about dealing with him, knowing that he had lied to you while living with her. You still going over to her mother-in-law's, if you like to call it a common law marriage. You're going over to her mother-in-law's house talking crazy. Go ahead.
They're not married.
You didn't hear me say common law? Did you hear me say common law?
Sorry about that.
All right, like I said, you go over this woman's mother-in-law's house based on common law marriage, and you act a fool over there or smoke cigarettes outside of the house.
Your Honor, she was also blasting music. That's how I knew she was there. She wasn't there to check on him. She showed up blasting music, sat on the top of her car smoking a cigarette, waiting for me to come outside. And then when I came outside, I told her, you need to go home, you need to get off your property. I warned her multiple times. Even my ex told her she needed to leave. She bent over into the grass, said, this isn't your property, I don't need to go anywhere, and continued to stay there. When she did that, she got off of her car.
That is not how that
I have
happened.
a police
Let
report.
her finish.
I have the
Let
police
her
report
finish.
as well, where you admit.
Ma'am, let her finish.
Yes, I
Let's
hit
see it.
you. I know I did.
Thank you.
She wouldn't get off the property.
Yes.
And what happened?
She had gotten up off of her car, and when she got up of her car, I honestly don't remember what she said, but she said something to me. And when she said it, I had spit fly in my face, and I got unhinged, and I hit her.
Who is?
The ex.
Okay, stated that Anna was not welcome at their home. Do you know that?
Yes, I know that now.
The one you went to check on for suicide?
I know that now.
She wasn't welcome, Your Honor, or officer. So you came uninvited, blasting loud music. They told you to leave 3 times, but you refused, saying you can't make me leave. So after telling you multiple times, you decided to just punch you in the face.
Didn't tell me multiple times that I was not welcome there.
How many times did he tell you?
He just told me that you shouldn't have come here.
And he told
She
you
was
that
the
you
one
needed
that
to
said,
leave. You still
get off of my
refused.
property. When
So,
I was
lied
down,
to the police.
Yes.
He told the police, he told you you were not welcome. He told
That's
the
correct.
police
He lied
told
about
you
that.
Okay, so he lied to you?
Yes.
Oh, that the first time?
No.
Thank you. Everything he said to you was a lie.
I understand.
And you want to hang your hat on that? Where is he?
He didn't want to be a part of this.
I know he didn't. I know he didn't. He gonna throw y'all out there. And so you did hit her, ma'am, and you went.
I have, sorry to interrupt, I have the pictures of the gash, the bandages, the black eye.
How did it end?
And the scar that I have.
How did it end?
When she
Police
was in
came,
front of
you
me,
left, walked, what happened?
when she was in front of me, she told me many times to get off the property, and I just told her, it's not your property. Quickly, before I could even have time to answer, she punches me across the face, on the cheek, and my glasses go into my face and off of my face. And at this point, I can't see without my glasses. So
Ma'am,
that's
did
when
you
I'm
feel threatened?
touching the grass.
When she
Did
stood
you
up.
feel threatened? She was on
when
your
she
property
stood
and
up
wouldn't
off-
leave?
Yes, the threatens, and then she threatened me the day before on Facebook.
Oh, okay, well, that's stand your ground.
Wait,
Remember
I
that
did not
law?
threaten you the
Everybody
day
like to
before.
use the
The
stand your
posts say
ground.
come
She's
at
standing
me
her ground.
one-on-one.
Stand your ground law. Let's use that on this one, too. She felt threatened because you threatened her the day before. You were on the property. By your own admission, you would not leave.
I
and
did.
you were there taunting her, and she felt threatened, so she got you before you got her. She stood her ground.
I did not expect her to be there. Because
All
when
right,
he
but when
was
you got
saying-
there, you saw her, and she said, leave. She was
stood-
trying to avoid a confrontation. She was trying to avoid an altercation. Ask you to leave. You want to talk slick to her. I ain't going nowhere. What you
never
gonna
said-
do? I'm not leaving.
I never
already
said
got
I would
threatened,
not
right?
leave.
She got threatened and swung.
I never said I would not leave.
Yes, you did.
I
you
just
had
told
You
her-
many
just
chances
told
to
me. You
get
said
out.
this isn't your property.
That's all I said. I
That
never
means
said,
I'm not leaving. Your counterclaim is for what? Harassment
For
and emotional
harassment
distress.
and-
How so?
Since this, I mean, she was threatening me on Facebook. Since this, I have also had to deal with a battery charge, going to court. I had a pretrial diversion so that I don't have to have it on my record. So I'm doing.
Let's see it, please. And how long before they'll dismiss it?
I have 4 months to do 40 hours of community
And then they'll
service and
dismiss
12
it?
weeks of anger management classes.
And here she still want to fight. Was this after or before you bust her up?
This was the day. This was the day before.
She's still. Oh, okay.
I have not spoken to her.
I'll
or-
take you. I'll take you one-on-one. Let's go. Come at me. Come at me, yo.
And then
My
she-
Russian mafia is here. You all going back to Gwinnett County in Georgia. I'm dismissing both of your claims. Have a good day.
Thank you.
She went to jail for punching me in the face, and I had medical bills that I had to pay for. I had lost wages. I lost time at work.
I feel as though if you would have kept your legs closed and you didn't come to somebody's house, you wouldn't have gotten hit.